You know what's worse than making a dumb mistake? Making a dumb mistake because someone told you it was smart. Yeah. Welcome to Earth, where bad advice ages like fine milk. There's something disturbingly beautiful about how confident people are when they're dead wrong. Your uncle swears by rubbing butter on burns. Your aunt insists you have to rinse chicken before cooking. And some dude on the internet probably told you to pee on jellyfish stings. It's like a collective human ritual of passing down questionable wisdom with complete conviction. But here's the thing, some of this common sense isn't just wrong, it's dangerously wrong. Like your kitchen is on fire and your eyebrows are gone, kind of wrong. So today we're counting down 9 things people do thinking they're smart, but that could actually ruin your skin, your house, or your intestines. Think of this as a survival guide for living in a world where good intentions often come with a fire extinguisher warning. We're going to laugh, cringe, and probably rethink that thing you've done your entire life. So buckle up and remember, just because everybody says it doesn't mean it's not complete nonsense. 1. Holding your sneeze in could pop your brain. You ever try to hold in a sneeze during a meeting? You're sitting there, face twitching, nose doing backflips, and you're like, nope, not today. So you seal your nostrils, clench your jaw, and try to silently internalize an explosion. Yeah, fun fact. You might be turning your head into a pressurized bomb. When you hold in a sneeze, all that pressure that was supposed to rocket out of your face at 100 miles per hour, it doesn't disappear. It gets redirected into your skull, sinuses, ears, and sometimes your throat. Doctors have reported people literally tearing the lining in their throat. One guy ended up in the ER with a ruptured pharynx. Another one burst a blood vessel in his eye. One unlucky legend, he actually fractured a rib. Why? Because our bodies were not designed to play sneeze silent ninja. That sneeze is meant to get out. It's your nose's way of hitting Control Alt Delete on whatever irritant is invading. Holding it in just turns your sinuses into a war zone, and yet people do it all the time. In elevators, in weddings, in front of their crush. But let me ask you, is impressing a date worth blowing your throat out like a cartoon character who swallowed a firecracker? Next time, do humanity a favor. Cover your mouth, turn away, and let it rip. Your brain and your lungs will thank you. 2. Using cotton swabs in your ears is basically DIY ear damage. There's something ridiculously satisfying about poking a cotton swab in your ear. It's like scratching a brain itch you didn't know you had. People do it after showers, before meetings, during existential crises. It's basically a national ritual at this point. And yet, it's probably one of the dumbest things we all keep doing. Because here's the part nobody tells you. Earwax isn't dirt. It's actually your ear's built-in defense system. It's antifungal, antibacterial, and traps dust and tiny bugs before they crawl deeper. It's like nose hair, but for your ears. Gross, but glorious. Now guess what happens when you shove a cotton swab in there? You push all that wax deeper into your ear canal like you're packing a cannon. Doctors literally have a name for it. Impacted ceramin. Sounds fancy, but it just means, congratulations, you jammed your ear like a printer. Worse, some people manage to puncture their eardrums. One woman sneezed while cleaning and ended up with a full-on hole in her tympanic membrane. Another guy gave himself vertigo for a week. All because we're obsessed with cleaning what doesn't need cleaning. Your ear self-cleans, by the way. The wax slowly moves outward on its own. All you need is a gentle rinse in the shower and maybe a towel around the edge. That's it, unless you like the idea of giving yourself hearing loss in pursuit of hygiene. So yeah, cotton swabs are for makeup, crafts, and maybe tiny electronics. Your ears? Leave them alone. They're smarter than you think. 3. Drinking too much water can literally kill you. We get it. Hydration is sexy. Every fitness influencer out there is lugging around a water bottle the size of a toddler, preaching that if you're not constantly sipping, you're basically dying. You're not tired. You're just dehydrated. You're not hungry. Drink water. Your crush didn't text back? You guessed it. Drink more water. But here's the truth they never tell you. Yes, you can drink too much water, and it's not just a bad idea, it can literally be fatal. There's this fun little condition called hyponatremia. Sounds like a low-budget villain, right? It happens when you drink so much water that you dilute the sodium in your blood to dangerously low levels. Your cells swell up like water balloons, including the ones in your brain. Symptoms? Headache, confusion, seizures, and in extreme cases, coma and death. And no, this isn't just some bizarre medical trivia. It's happened to runners during marathons. It's happened to people doing radio show water drinking contests. One woman tragically died after chugging water to win a Nintendo Wii. Hydration hype is real, but so is water poisoning. The human body is cool, but it has limits. The kidneys can only handle so much water per hour. Flood the system too fast, and you short circuit the whole thing. So here's the takeaway. Yes, drink water, but maybe don't turn it into a religion. If your pee is clear and you're not dying of thirst, you're probably fine. And if you're drinking 12 bottles a day because a TikTok guy with a ring light told you to, maybe rethink that life coach. 4. Microwaving eggs in the shell is basically playing food Russian roulette. You ever look at an egg and think, I wonder what would happen if I nuked this little guy whole in the microwave? Well, spoiler alert, what happens is chaos. For some reason, people think microwaving an egg in its shell is a time-saving kitchen hack. Like, why boil water when you can launch a high-pressure steam grenade in your own home? Here's the science, or honestly the warning label. Microwaves heat food by agitating water molecules. Eggs, full of water. But eggs also come with a lovely little pressure chamber, the shell. So while the inside heats up and turns to steam, that shell holds it all in, until it doesn't. The pressure builds, the steam gets trapped, and then, boom. 1 second you're meal prepping, the next you're wearing scrambled eggs like a crime scene victim. There are documented cases of people burning their faces, their hands, their eyeballs, not from fire, but from microwaved egg explosions. One guy opened the microwave and it detonated in his face like a yolk grenade. And for what? A slightly faster egg? There are safe ways to microwave eggs, sure. Crack them first. Stir them. Maybe whisper words of encouragement. But putting a whole egg in there and hitting start? That's not cooking. That's gambling. So next time you're tempted to take a microwave shortcut, just remember, eggs have yolks, but you might be the real one. 5. Putting ice on a serious burn can make it way worse. It happens fast. You brush your hand against a hot pan, spill coffee on your lap, or go full BBQ mode and grab the wrong side of the grill. Instinct kicks in. You sprint to the freezer, grab a handful of ice, and slap it on the burn like a culinary war hero. But guess what? That ice might be making things worse. Much worse. Here's what nobody tells you. Putting ice, like actual frozen solid ice, directly on a burn can cause cold burns on top of the heat burn you just got. Yeah, double pain. Bonus trauma. Your skin is already freaking out, and now you're giving it temperature whiplash. See, burns aren't just about heat. They're about tissue damage. And when you slam freezing cold ice on already damaged skin, it narrows the blood vessels, slows healing, and can cause more tissue death. It's like sending a rescue mission and accidentally dropping a piano on the victim. What you should do is simple. Run cool, not cold. Water over the burn for 15 to 20 minutes. Let the water do its thing. No ice cubes, no butter, no toothpaste. Yes, some people really do that. Then gently cover it with a clean cloth and maybe see a doctor if it's bad. Burns are already painful. You don't need to add frostbite to the party. So next time you get scorched, remember, ice is for drinks, not skin. 6. Cracking your neck. Like you're in an action movie could wreck your spine. There's something deeply satisfying about cracking your neck. You tilt your head to the side, hear that pop, and for a second you feel like John Wick. Powerful, relaxed, probably about to fight 5 guys in a suit. But let me ruin your party real quick. That crack? That rush? You might actually be messing with your spine, and in rare cases, dangerously so. See, like when you twist your neck too forcefully, especially if you do it habitually, you're putting stress on the vertebral arteries, the ones that carry blood to your brain. And yes, there are actual medical cases where aggressive neck cracking caused a stroke. It's rare, but not zero. One guy in his 20s twisted his neck during a gaming session and ended up partially paralyzed. Another woman passed out in the shower after cracking her neck and hit her head. Your spine is not a glow stick. Stop trying to snap it for fun. Even if you don't go full medical emergency, constant neck popping can lead to joint instability, muscle imbalances, and, irony alert, chronic tension. Basically, the thing you're doing to feel better might be the thing that's making your neck worse long term. Now, we're not saying never crack anything ever again, but maybe don't go full Mortal Kombat on yourself every time you feel stiff. Stretch gently, move slowly, see a chiropractor or physical therapist if needed. Someone who, doesn't use YouTube tutorials as a medical degree. Because, yeah, like cracking your neck might feel satisfying until it's the last satisfying thing you feel. Multitasking is a scam, and it's ruining your brain. You ever feel like a productivity god when you're answering emails, texting your friend, half watching a YouTube video, and technically working all at once? Hate to break it to you, but you're not multitasking. You're just rapidly switching between tasks and confusing your brain into thinking it's being efficient, when in reality, it's getting worse at everything. Scientists have a name for this: task switching cost. Every time you jump from one thing to another, even for a second, your brain has to reorient, refocus, and basically reboot. It's like trying to juggle flaming swords while riding a unicycle on a trampoline. Studies have shown that frequent multitaskers actually perform worse on memory tasks, have lower attention spans, and here's the kicker, are more easily distracted even when they're trying to focus. Translation: the more you multitask, the less your brain can handle. Multitasking. It's like training for a marathon by running in flip-flops. Counterproductive, painful, and stupid. And no, but I am good at it doesn't count. In fact, the people who think they're great multitaskers are usually the worst ones at it. It's not a superpower, it's a self-inflicted brain glitch. So next time you're tempted to juggle 12 things at once, ask yourself, do I want to get one thing done well? Or do I want to do 5 things terribly, forget what I was doing, open TikTok, and end up spiral reading conspiracy theories at 2 a.m.? Exactly. 8. Pushing through sleep deprivation doesn't make you tough. It makes you stupid. We love to romanticize sleep deprivation. Oh, I only slept 3 hours last night. I'm grinding. I pulled an all-nighter. Coffee's my blood now. Like sleep is some luxury for the weak, and real winners just power through it. Cool story. Until you realize your brain on no sleep is basically drunk. Yeah. Studies have shown that being awake for 18 hours straight impairs your cognitive performance as much as a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. Stay up for 24? You're at 0.1%, legally drunk in most countries. But sure, go write that email, operate machinery, make life decisions. What could possibly go wrong? Sleep isn't just rest. It's a biological maintenance window for your brain. It clears out toxins, consolidates memories, and resets your emotional balance. Without it, you don't just feel tired. You get slower, moodier, foggier, and more impulsive. And guess what? You can't just catch up on the weekend. Sleep debt is a real thing, and it messes with your metabolism, your focus, and even your immune system. Some studies even link chronic sleep deprivation to heart disease and dementia. So, no, skipping sleep doesn't make you strong, it makes you sloppy. You're not a warrior. You're a wobbly, hallucinating raccoon in human form. Next time you brag about how little you slept, try this instead. Hey, I prioritize my brain, my body, and my sanity. 9. Ignoring expiration dates on medicine isn't frugal, it's risky as hell. You find an old pill bottle in your bathroom cabinet. The label's faded, the cap's a little crusty, and the expiration date? Yeah, that was 3 years ago. But hey, it's probably fine, right? Medicine doesn't really expire, does it? Oh, it does, and sometimes it turns into a science experiment you do inside your body. Most people think expiration dates on meds are just legal fluff, act like milk, but with better branding. But in reality, those dates are there because over time the chemical compounds in medication break down. That means they can lose potency, or worse, transform into something toxic. Antibiotics? Expired ones have been linked to kidney damage. Tetracycline specifically has been known to degrade into a compound that's actually harmful. And heart meds, seizure pills, insulin, all of them need to be precise. Taking a weaker or unpredictable dose can be the difference between and a trip to the ER. And no, storing it in a cool, dry place doesn't make it immortal. Your bathroom is not a pharmaceutical lab. It's humid, warm, and full of bacteria. Basically the worst place to keep medicine, and yet that's where we all put it. So, quick tip, expired meds don't just stop working. They might start working wrong. And that free leftover bottle from 2019 might be the most expensive mistake you ever swallow. If you wouldn't eat 5-year-old tuna from the back of the fridge, maybe don't pop mysterious capsules from the apocalypse cabinet either. Now that's power. So, what did we learn today? That sometimes the dumbest things we do are the ones we do with the most confidence. From nuking eggs to neck-snapping stretches, from chugging ocean levels of water to trusting decade-old pills, the road to chaos is often paved with good intentions and terrible advice. And the scariest part? Most of us learn this stuff from people we trust. Family, friends, random guy in a hoodie on YouTube. Everyone's got a life hack that sounds smart until your eyebrows are on fire or your spleen's filing a complaint. But here's the good news. Now you know better. Now you're that one friend who says, actually, don't put ice on that burn. Or maybe don't microwave the egg, dude. Or please, for the love of sanity, stop cracking your neck like you're in an action movie, because knowledge is power, and in some cases, it's the only thing standing between you and a flaming omelet disaster. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to stop multitasking while microwaving expired medicine, and hey, subscribe. There's plenty more weird, hilarious, and terrifying truth coming your way. And remember, Just because it sounds like common sense doesn't mean it makes any.